mother. With the same thought, I ran to my mother to see her. But she was shocked at a glance. I didn't know what had happened to me. I ran to the mirror and saw there was a red mark on my forehead. From my childhood, I was fond of bindis. I never missed a chance, let it be my mom's colorful bindi, stoned bindi, or even shaped bindi. Even a lentil was a bindi for me. In such fascination, once unknowingly I kept a red bug in my forehead, which resulted in giving me a red mark. When I told what had happened to my mother, she laughed. Instead of rubbing my forehead or giving me some medicine, she said me an interesting fact about bindi. The spot between the eyebrows is said to be the sixth chakra, Agnya, the seat of concealed wisdom. Bindi is said to retain energy and strengthen concentration. When bindi is applied, the pressure activates the chakra and helps to focus during meditation. It is a point which helps us to control and channelize our thoughts. A beautiful quote for Agnya by Carl Jung, a Swiss psychoanalyst. Your vision will become clear only when you look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. I was astonished to know a small thing like bindi, huge benefit. Furthermore, I started to observe around me and realized women and their contribution in transferring culture from one generation to the next is mind-blowing. This is me, SREEDIVYA, a cultural ambassador here to deliver my TED Talk. What comes to your mind when you think about culture? How would you like to relate culture? Oxford Dictionary says, culture is the ideas, custom and way of living of a particular community. The major elements of culture are values, symbols and even the objects which we have it at home. If value is a symbol, object and belief, where did we first learn it from? Did we learn it from our mother, father, grandmother or grandfather? I learned from my mother and grandmother. I was asked to wake up early, but I hated it. How many of you felt the same? Sleep Foundation research has said waking up early had a lot of health benefits. It improves our mental concentration and keeps us enthusiastic the entire day. And later, I realized these women were passing a part of their lifestyle within me, inculcating values and tradition too, so that I can transfer it to my daughter, setting me a path which I was unaware of then. But my journey of being a runner in the relay race has already begun. My mother organized every celebration at home, starting from cleaning the house, arranging things, and properly following the tradition of sharing sweets. My role was just to eat the sweet and distribute it to my neighbors who were other religion. My mother taught me sharing is caring, and secularism was not a concept to me, but the value which I attained from my mom. The way she manages, no course would have taught me administrative skill, and today I am a successful leader in my school. From my childhood, I was given practice to fold bedsheet once I wake up. My mother never allowed me to eat without washing hands. I thought these were punishments given to me, but later I realized I gave the same punishments to my daughter so that she will also realize that these were not punishments but the values and skills that are to be learnt. In India, we follow the tradition to prostrate into elders' feet on festival days to get their blessings. I did it happily because whenever I fall on elders' feet, they gave me gift. When I asked my mother why did a human fall on another human's feet, she gave me 3 reasons. When we fall on elders' feet, we show them how much we respect them. We shed our ego in front of them. When we fall on elders' feet, we know how much they have worked for us by their own feet. From then on, I started to fall on elders' feet, not only for gift, but also out of love. When we talk about culture, something that keeps ringing in my mind is food. It is being debated that women suffer in kitchen, but people like me feel that we own the kitchen. Most of the men love their mom's cooking. Do you agree? There are few reasons behind it. First, let me talk about the emotional aspect. The food prepared by mom is served along with love, care and comfort. Think of your most favorite childhood meal. Chances are they were made by your mother. The act of sharing meal within the family, especially the mother, is a bonding experience. This reinforces the love and affection between the mother and the child. Cultural influences also play a significant role. In many cultures, women hold the primary role of cook and provider of homemade meal. This tradition is deeply ingrained and passed down through generations. Scientifically, it is proven there is a connect between emotions and taste. Certain taste triggers our positive emotions. So, it is a combination of psychological, emotional and cultural influences that a man love their mom's cooking. Let's listen to them.
Hi, I'm Joel. I'm a professional cook. I can cook many delicious and different dishes, even though I don't like anything. Because my mom's food are always better than that. I love my mom's food more than mine, so my mom's food is good. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Priyanka. I'm kitchen management trainee. Even though I've learned a lot of cooking in the past few years, I've always said that my mother's food is always the best, no matter what cook, and that's the best food I've ever considered. Thank you.
Hi. Napoleon once said, the army marches on its stomach, and our cooks put in their best effort to serve us the best cuisine. But still, shamelessly we wait for that one person who returns from his leave with loads of homely food fresh with mother's love. And the moment we taste it, it keeps reminding us no cuisine in the world can be replaced with mother's food filled with love.
Hello. Will you believe if I say I love cooking? In fact, if you do a survey, at least 80% of the men will say they love cooking. And even if you want to see their most innovative part of the meal, ask them to cook. But still, we don't enter a kitchen when mom is around. That's because it's not that we can't match the taste of food. That's because when moms cook, she adds the love and affection to it, and that makes the food very delicious.
So, the next time you save a dish prepared by your mother, think it is not just about ingredients, it is about love and memories that comes with each bite. I learned cooking from my mother. Those were unplanned sessions. My mother taught me cooking unconsciously. When she cooks, she asked me to peel garlic skin and cut vegetables. Those were annoying household work. But I realized she was helping me in learning cooking. We are a generation that we run to doctors for everything. But my mother had magic in her kitchen. When we had cold, she used to give us a golden milk, a yellow fluid which was little spicy and little sweet. When I asked my mother what is a magic ingredient, she said it is turmeric. She also gives us an immunity booster where the major ingredient is tulsi. National Institute of Health Research have approved tulsi is a mother of Ayurvedic medicine. It is a queen of herb. It also helps in preventing chronic diseases and also helps to boost our immunity. Mother, mother, mother. This is a word of emotion for all of us. Nurturing a kid is hard, difficult and challenging. Women of those days were able to manage 10, but I am unable to manage even one. Who gave mothers the strength? In India, we have the practice of staying in mom's place post-delivery for 3 months. I thought this is going to be happy days since I am away from my in-laws and husband. But that was a grooming period for me to nurture a kid, starting from feeding a kid to giving birth. I would like to quote from Diana Mary Child, "A woman is a full circle. Within her is a power to create, nurture and transform." I am sure you will all be aware about Rani Lakshmibai. How is her picture usually shown? She's shown carrying her child behind in the war against British colonization. Have you ever seen a man fighting carrying his child behind? I am not talking about the recent heroes who carry heroine on one end and all others on the other end. Coming back to Jhansi Rani, she have emerged from her walls of her palace, never giving up her motherly responsibilities. Yes, there are many women who pursue their career without giving their motherly responsibilities. Vijay Siddhartha, founder of Cafe Coffee Day, tragically ended his own life, leaving a debt of 7,000 crores. In this dark hour, his wife, Malavika Hegde, took up the business and made a successful one today. Yes, women have showed responsibilities with men by running families. My mother-in-law was a perfect homemaker. She does all the household chores but never have been out of house. Once I was in a financial need. Knowing very well that she cannot help me, I shared with her. But she didn't even give me an answer. The next morning, she took me to her room and started taking her old saris. I was wondering what's happening around. I was awestruck when I saw her taking money from each and every folded saris. The money which she gave that day was very much useful. My mother was a financial minister of my own family. She had a magical scripture to manage my family. Even I follow the same magical scripture to manage my family. There is a myth that women are fond of jewelry. But our ancestors were clear in making women the stakeholders of their property, knowing well that women can manage things better. We had a financial crunch where our parents were forced to pay for our education. My mother, who thought her wedding chain as a most auspicious one, sold it just for our education. Yes, ornaments are not to beautify women, just to make them financially stable. I would also like to notify there are few practices that our ancestors could have done better. Gender roles and stereotyping should have been avoided. When I entered my in-laws' house, my mother-in-law told me a man should not touch broomstick. But I made revolution in changing my mother-in-law's mind, and she is happy seeing her son sweeping every day. Looking back to history, martial arts were taught to men, whereas music and Bharatanatyam were taught to women. What gave them the difference? I heard a story from my friend. She was asked to remove her wedding chain, toe ring and bindi after her husband's death. This mentally affected my friend in a situation where she lost her husband. This made me question few of her cultural practices. Widows are not encouraged to participate in any of the auspicious occasions. Rather, they are not allowed to remarry too. Let us be very careful in carrying forward a culture without any gender bias. At times, I doubted few of our cultural practices are superstitious. Number 13 is considered to be an unlucky number. Even in many countries, they don't have 13th floor at all. Where there are many achievers, Oscar winners, cricketers who are born on this day. Similarly, a day in a weekday is considered to be an inauspicious day, that is Tuesday. My friend had an IUGR baby and she was asked to go for C-section immediately by the doctors. But her father-in-law rejected because of only one reason, that it was a Tuesday. We are into developed technologies and we are thinking in which planet we can go and stay. But still, there are few setbacks. Maybe at times the reason for few of our cultural practices need to be redefined. I believed women are the cultural ambassadors of the society. To make sure whether the world thinks the same, I conducted a survey between the age group of 25 to 35 and 82 members have responded to me. One question among them was, do you think a man play a vital role in carrying culture to the next generation? Most surprisingly, 85% have said no and accepted that women are the real credentials of culture. Asato ma sargamaya, bringing us from ignorance to light, ignorance to truth. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya, leading us from dark into light. Lighting denotes dispelling away darkness. Lighting of lamp symbolizes the victory of good over the evil. My mother instilled in me the habit of lighting lamp. I carry forward it to my in-laws' house. I made my husband light in the morning and I light it in the evening. Seeing this, my daughter started lighting in the evening. Hope she carry forwards to the next generation without any gender bias. Yes, women, let's hold high our responsibilities in transferring our ethics and value to have a better future. I believe I have been the champion of all the core elements of culture, like all the women present over here. The ways, the means that we use to uphold culture may be different, but the end has to be the same and will be. For undoubtedly, women are the torchbearers of the society, the cultural carriers, and the most powerful ambassador of culture. Do you hear her bangles jingling? Maybe she is removing her hair that is tangling. The whole world feels her life is a cacophony, but even her kitchen sinks plays symphony. She can walk with pride in wars. Do you think that she cannot break the bars? Her sari and bindi told many stories. Who listens to her untold glories? She says she has a better future, no doubt, as she is a real credential of culture. Thank you.